I literally cannot win. I literally cannot win in this situation. It's impossible. So he's claiming and acting completely bemused about the fact. Meanwhile, here he is. Dude, come on, bro. Isn't that a Japanese schoolgirl outfit? Guys, help me out here. Bro! Dude, that's wild.
These are the 4 younger sisters.
Oh my god, dude.
Bro, they're exceptionally young.
No idea, guys. What? No clue. Mutahar had no idea about any of this stuff, apparently.
So, like, I thought this was a meme at first whenever, you know, somebody from Rev's community or somebody that's, like, in a certain section of the anime community, because it is vast, would always say that, like, these people that so proudly put their chests out there and say how much Wall-E is bad and how it's animated cheese pizza and stuff like that, and how, like, they usually have either skeletons or a certain situation that would completely make them look like hypocrites and potentially have them on a watch list by their own logic. Well, I thought it was all a joke, but lo and behold, we have another case. We got another one. Another one. I think a famous DJ once said that.
Probably shouldn't be showing, you know, porn like that on a website where, I know it's censored or whatever, but even censored stuff, like you probably shouldn't be showing that consistently to a website full of minors in the context of like, haha, funny joke, and then, you know, who knows what they get into as a result of that. That's basically my takeaway.
Wait, you showed porn in those videos?
Same clothes.
I mean, Nux's whole thing on YouTube is like...
I've not changed since this day. Same exact clothes.
Like, porn reactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what is happening, gamers, and welcome back to another video. My favorite series has returned at long last.
So at this point, I might as well start making content about all the anti-lolly people that end up, you know, being, I guess, exposed or, you know, as hypocrites at least, right? That's the new direction of the new Sen. We go for hypocrisy arguments, ladies and gentlemen, because those are pretty much the best ones. And also think of it as me making amends for past L's and stuff, you know? Unlike my opposition, I actually learn from situations and get, I would say, a little better. So in this instance, though, we have the curious case of Mutahar, aka Some Ordinary Gamers, whatever, and the tale of how he went cold on Twitter. But before that, we gotta go a little further back. See how this all really kicked off in a domino effect like Chasm is when Nux got exposed for wanting to collaborate with Shadman, epic CP artist extraordinaire, and he had to kind of explain away why he wanted to. Now, allegedly, Nux states that this was before he had any idea that Shadman drew realistic CP of children. However, the interaction between Shadman and Nux itself would kind of lead you to think he's bullshitting just a tad. To top this off, Mutahar kind of slowly threw Nux under the bus initially when asked about whether or not Nux's latest controversy would affect the Some Ordinary podcast that he runs with him and Oompabill.
Me and Caleb, we were just like, this is, I don't know, it's weird. We haven't done like a full background look onto what his content is or anything. Obviously, I was on a few collaborations with him when he was doing like fucking memes and like the game shows with like 15 fucking creators. And that's pretty much the extent of my collaborations.
But of course, Nux probably went into the DMs of Mutahar and started crying, resulting in Mutahar having to make a cringy segment on Nux Taku's response video.
Hey everybody, Muta here, and I just wanted to make it as clear as possible. This podcast is not over because of Nux and his situation currently.
Reassuring the audience that the podcast did not end because of Nux and Shadman's controversy. That already reeked of bullshit. Didn't make any real sense.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not doing the podcast anymore. It's done.
Why?
We're supposed to film on Tuesday. Well, there's a couple reasons for it. A lot of that was obviously some of the Shad stuff too.
There's a Nux Taku, and then there's this investigation you apparently need to do, and then later.
No,
like...
there was there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
So epic British man, Chud Logic was able to press Mutahar on his inconsistency.
Hey,
The
bro,
Shadman
that is
stuff
total
was one of
coked
the
out.
things
Like, there's
we
all these other
looked
reasons.
into.
Yes, you mentioned it, but the focus was on about Nux Taku having this connection with Shadman that coloured the whole thing. And that was the focus of what you were saying to me.
Mutahar did not do very well. In fact, he looked like a fucking idiot.
Was it not?
Okay, but that was brought up on a stream. I even mentioned that there were other things aside from that too.
Yes,
And I
you
followed
did,
it
but
up
that was
on
like a
Twitter as
secondary.
well.
But that was yeah, okay. But on Twitter, that was you sweeping for Nux Taku. It's so obvious, dude. It's so obvious
I
that it
wasn't
changed. The
sweeping for
energy
it. We were
changed of what
looking
you were
into-
saying.
I wasn't sweeping for him. I looked into the situation. At the time, it showed up on YouTube Drama. Again, this is all stuff that was happening.
It's
super
not happening.
duper
The
fluid.
podcast is done. I say, dude, this is hard because obviously you know people want, and you say the podcast is done. Yeah, the podcast is done now. I say, wait, what? You say, yeah, the podcast is over. We're not filming. We are not filming the last episode now. I ask you if you're serious. You say, yeah, we're not doing the podcast anymore. I say, why? You say, we're supposed to film on Tuesday. Well, there's a couple of reasons for it. A lot of that was obviously the Shad stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of it is the chat stuff as well, because at the time the YouTube Drama list came out.
By the end of it, Mutahar had to somewhat concede on the fact that Nux is sus, and that he had some explaining to do. There wasn't really that much of a follow-up up until somewhat recently. But before we get to that, it is worth noting that it's very interesting that Mutahar decided to essentially get rid of his X/Twitter account. The reason he gave for this was the over-the-top racist memes that he then compared to 4chaner speak, which is actually kind of weird considering that people still get banned on X and Twitter quite frequently. This is one of Elon Musk's empty promises about promising free speech, but never really delivering. Another example of this was when he took away Destiny's revenue for advertisers, even though he said he didn't give a shit about the advertisers. But this isn't to point out all the hypocrisies of Elon Musk. That's for a later date. The point is there. Muta is most likely fucking lying about the reason he deleted his X account, to which I made a video on, and it was kind of funny. But what is the real reason then? People started to speculate. While others, individuals that have been slightly wronged by Muta in the past, took to Twitter to insinuate that it was because of PDF files allegations. You gotta be really creative when you say that word on YouTube. But you get it. The real reason was likely not that, as if it was, it probably would have come out by now. And of course, we can't really take Muta's word for surface level truth because of what I'm about to tell you right now. And now it's time to take another trip in the time machine. A while back, for some reason, Mutahar and Nux Taku decided to do what a lot of e-celebs seem to want to do now, as well as other just notable individuals. And they went ahead and they started saying that WallyCon is CP and PDFphilia and stuff of that sort, which is not that hot of a take depending on the crowd that you're in. But for somebody like Muta's crowd, it would make sense. While for people of Nux's crowd, it really wouldn't. Considering the fact that Nux was going out of his way to try to collaborate with the Lolicon King, Reb Says Disu. Apparently he gave himself this title or something. I don't know. I got it off Kiwi Farms. But considering Nux wanted to collaborate with this guy, yeah, I don't think that Nux should be calling these people PDF files. Okay? That's just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. I also want to point out real quick, though, and this is something that's never really stated, which is weird. People from commentary have followed Reb Says Disu's account. And if you guys know anything about Reb Says Disu, he is an advocate for, I believe, Lolicon. Though I don't know, there might be some hypocrisies on his end, too. But anytime I see something related to him or anime focused, he usually is pro-Loli. Right? So, again, I know might be some hypocrisies there to explore at a later date, but for now, what I've seen, he's actually really pro that stuff, consistently retweeting such stuff from the anime community, etc., etc. So why the hell was people from the commentary community who always look at this kind of material as pedophilia, why exactly were they following Reb Says Disu? It really doesn't make sense. It's like when Brittany Venti is so adamantly against Lolly, but yet she's following like Lolly artists, right? It just doesn't make sense, right? So is this just a grift, or Do you just feel like attacking people at a certain time, etc., etc.? I think it's the latter, but, you know. The point is, Muda was following Reb Says Disu, which is very, like, what are you, wait, what? Hello? Ever. But Mutahar is a curious addition, and before he nuked his Twitter account, I was able to get this screenshot right here to prove it. This isn't really to get a got you, it's kind of just to point out and ask a question. Like, first I'll point out, if you're so adamantly against Lolly, why follow the Lolicon King? Doesn't really make any sense. From your perspective and your logic, you're pretty much following Epstein, are you not? So what gives? It's weird, isn't it? Again, it's kind of like Venti, where she cries about Gura or whatever the fuck the shark thing is, and then she's following Lolly artists actively. It's kind of like Lyrics from the anime community. Or, I'm sorry, that was Laraze. Lyrics from the commentary community.
Here, I just want everyone to be informed, so I'm literally going to include every Lolicon image in this video, even if I've already covered it before, just to prove my point. So the original person who drew this image is a Lolicon artist. He's fucking wild and weird. I'm just gonna put it up on screen, and if you guys want to go look at it, that's it. That's all I have to say about this image. He's a Lolicon artist. This is definitely fucking Lolicon. Alright, so basically this image right here is drawn by a Lolicon artist. Every other fucking image on their fucking lewd, in their lewd ass style, is a fucking kid, or they're 16 or younger. It's fucking retarded. I don't know if Lyrics has bad luck, but we're 2 for 2 on this shit. Alright, before we get into this, do these images look the same? Pause and take a good look. So, this next character is a part of somebody's brand. I think their name is Fanbox or whatever. Or that's like a part of their fucking tags. I don't fucking know. But basically, a part of the brand, they have this character listed under Lolly. And they have all their non-pornographic images already up there. But I have to use a VPN to get to the rest of the image because of laws in other countries.
And that's like, I disagree with that. And
Is it
I'm
about
like,
your
calling
is
it
about
good.
your degenerate lolly likes? Is that what this is about?
Okay,
What is this
dude.
about? Well,
No.
is that what it's about? What is it?
Technically, yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Ugh, before anybody decides to get defensive about this, let me make this perfectly clear. I don't care what he wanks it to, I don't care what Lyrics wanks it to, as long as he's not actually touching a child. However, people like the commentary bros, which include Mutahar, will say that there's no exceptions to be had for this kind of situation and content. So yeah, pretty much a hypocrisy argument. Just right here, pointing it all out for you guys since you refuse to talk about it. But don't worry, Lyrics will get a video all his own. This is the Mutahar video, but it kind of ties in pretty perfectly, so there you go. Let's continue on. He's been caught with some lewd lolly art. Lolicons will call this very based, man of culture is what I like to call him. Personally, I don't care what Lyrics faps it to as long as it's not a actual child, but it's still a hypocritical thing nonetheless, and something that the commentary community still fails to address because they are petrified of it. Mostly because they have gone ahead and also attacked other people for much less, but rather continue to keep the mindset that all lolly is bad while allowing people like Lyrics to live a hypocritical lie, as well as Muda. But what do you mean by Muda? Did Muda have 1,000 lolly likes in his Twitter account like Lyrics? Did Mutahar review Eromanga Sensei like Lyrics? Well, no, he kind of didn't, but he saw hentai, which is just a little bit of a step up, I'd say.
Lied in wait for far too long.
These are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse we're looking at right now. This is like some mythological.
They've been around since long before civilization.
Exactly.
Wait, hang on a sec. Wait.
See, this is the problem with going ahead and always saying that Wally equals CP, no exceptions, no nothing, you know. It's either you guys get caught with your hand in the cookie jar doing some outlandish fucking shit, all right? Whether it's individuals that go ahead and look up pictures of real children on Google for, I don't know, like an own or some shit. Like, I don't get it. I really, really don't get it.
Exactly. Wait, you should
So, yeah.
porn in those videos?
This is the 5 rules of the Onami household.
Okay.
These are the little sisters, by the way.
Okay, this is a hentai?
First rule, hug your little sister every day.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's just hug her for at least 10 seconds. There's nothing
Yes.
wrong with the hug. Yeah, it's fine.
No, the third rule isn't any weirder, so you don't have to worry.
Oh. Oh.
It said make sure to sniff her well, is what it said.
Make
Sniff
sure to
her
sniff
well.
your younger.
Make sure to sniff your younger.
And back to the Mutahar thing. Mutahar essentially got exposed for watching a lot of questionable hentai with Nux Taku back in the day, as well as Oompy, aka Oompaville. This is where I kind of hate the tism, because it's like, how old is this Moe blob character? For those of you that don't know, allow me to educate you guys. I'm going to become Senpai's home real quick again, right? So let me revert back 8 years or so. The Moe art style, ladies and gentlemen, is a blobby art style that looks sort of like this. As you can see, there are a lot of pretty colors and a lot of fucking... I don't know. I don't know how to fucking describe it, but this is Moe, apparently. If you were in the anime community or knew anything about the art styles here, you'd probably know this. But that's why it gets so irritatingly annoying to get autistic about the age of a blob. Because you can't really fucking tell. Like, my entire idea on this is that unless the character is, I don't know, like, has a teddy bear or a rattle or something like that, like something like this that Lyric's like, I don't think it's inherently sus, and I'm not going to get anal or analytical or autistically invested into this and psychoanalyze you. However, if you're going about and pedojacketing people, well, careful.
Sniff them well. Those are the 5 rules of the Onami household. Nice and
Like,
wholesome.
if Mutahar had said on the call, listen, hands up, I did react to some stuff a little while ago. It did freak me out a bit, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. He was a friend, da 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 da. It wouldn't matter. No one would fucking be doing this. We wouldn't even be talking about this now. But it's the fact that he said, that acted like he had no idea about the situation. And now the Kanjos has gone and had a little look and found that, no, he was there in the video reacting to this stuff. And you know, well knew the kind of content that Nux Taku was putting out. It's so fucking insufferable, dude.
Wholesome,
Not
right?
forgive them at all. I will not
They then
forget
fuck.
anything. Wait, they fuck?
Well, I mean, we kind of lost the forest for the trees on this one. We clearly got the undertones without needing to actually watch the sex scene between the brother and the little sister, so we'll skip that, I guess.
Yeah.
For that reason only.
For that reason only.
And then the big brother selected one of them for tonight's night
Okay.
of gaming. They're going to be playing Smash Bros. And Sis.
Okay.
Wonder what they're talking about.
I don't know. I wish there were
Definitely not
subtitles.
us. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Hinty boy is going to survive another day, ladies and gents. Let's
He
go.
did a good job. He did a good job censoring that.
Yeah. Because we don't want to talk about what's going to be overflowing in a minute.
Oh my god.
I have to say, like, how does this get hit with community guidelines? Like, there's nothing.
Bro, nothing happened. It's wholesome. They're just hugging littles. I don't understand it either.
Yeah, this is, dude. YouTube, you're really fucking, you know, lowly unfriendly lately, dude. I'm just gonna be real with you.
And
Anyways.
the 5 rules of the Onami household, and then the next scene is presumably a fight scene that we're not going to be talking about.
Right. Or a political, like, debate scene, I think.
That's the glorious.
I think the bigger picture in this entire thing is that Mutahar pretty much lied. He lied to everybody that was in attendance in Chud's chat. He lied to Chud. He lied to Nick Diorio, who probably already knew about this anyway, let's be honest. If Nick Diorio is going to keep a secret like Lyric's a secret, then of course he's going to play stupid to just about anything else. But yeah, Mutahar lied about not knowing what Nux fucked with and the kind of weird degeneracy over the top stuff. But that being the case though, and later on having it revealed that some of these tags have this on them, it is slightly hypocritical of Mutahar to ever be anti-lolly. It is slightly hypocritical of Mutahar to ever back Nux up on being anti-lolly. You know what, I've been saying slightly. No, it's fucking massively hypocritical by these retards to actually ever do that. And the fact that they got away with it for so long, and they will continue to get away with it, because this video, even if it gets a couple thousand likes, it's not going to blow up to the point where it's actually going to be like, hey, these people straight up lied, and by their own logic, they're predators. Like, it won't happen, really. I've learned how things operate in the interwebs, ladies and gentlemen. It won't be until there's like a massive decline to where a e-celeb has exasperated every option, every ability, and just continues on a downward spiral, that their hypocrisies, lies will be amplified and shown. Things that you have already seen will become relevant and will be used against them. This has been shown in cases such as Mama Max, who was a con man from the very beginning. I called that, and I got massive hate for it. But I saw it because it was so fucking easy to see. Funny enough, again, my videos age rather well. And another instance of this was Nick Ricada, who I'm currently covering on a regular basis because it's just so good. But that's what happens at the ending of the day, as a bear would say. These e-celebs will lie straight to your face. These e-celebs will lie straight to your face without a care in the world. They will actively be hypocrites, but it's okay. In a world like this, you need someone like me. Because I don't give a fuck about any networks. I don't give a fuck about being Mr. Popular online. I don't care how many people are going to try to say this, and that about me, because the one thing that they want is for me to stop speaking the truth, and I will never stop speaking the truth. My will for this will not fucking waver. Pointing out that your favorite e-celeb fucking sucks is something that is amazing, because so many times have I pointed it out, and so many times have my past videos aged like a fine fucking wine. So I will continue to do this. I will continue to be spot on. However, I will keep that ego in check, because we already seen what happens if you don't. You end up a Nicky Rackets, as I like to call him, the nose. Anyway, that's all for this video, guys. Mutahar is a fucking hypocrite and a fucking liar. He will pedo jacket a bunch of people, but when he can't apply the rules to himself, he will go, presumably, into hiding. Now, make sure to hit the like on this video and share it around, because YouTube ain't going to do it for me, but the members of the Senny Squad sure will. Buy a hat for your hat, subscribe, etc., notifications, and I will catch you all in the next video. Have a good rest of your day.